All right, I am joined here today by Wasim Chellan from Cape Town, 6-0, a welterweight, coming up through the ranks, undefeated thus far in his career, coming up against Lybon Ntshani. Welcome, Wasim, to the show.
Welcome. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you for having me. It's really something to, finally get a little recognition, I think. But overall, good.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you got 6-0 thus far in your career, and obviously, you've been noticed down in the Cape as well. But now you're getting a chance to fight a guy that's also highly rated in Lybon. What's your thoughts, firstly, on the fight itself?
The fight itself, I think it's a massive opportunity, and especially for the WBF convention as well. It gives me more exposure and it gives my club a better opportunity at, I think, exposing as to what we've got in the Western Cape as well.
Yeah, that's what it is. And obviously, like we know that the welterweight division's always been a very good division in South Africa, and it's needing a new captain at the ship. And you think you're going to be the guy to come forward and press towards that SA title eventually?
I don't think I need to press, because after this, I think it should definitely be in talks, because Lybon is another step, and Friday night is a step that I'm willing to take and take out of the way, because I've got to go, and the goal is to get there.
And being an undefeated fighter, that just speaks to your level as well. You're hard hitting, you're a good puncher. But I mean, you're going up against a guy that's in the form of Lybon, who's also a decent fighter, but he isn't undefeated. He's 4 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Do you underestimate him in this fight, or do you take it as the hardest fight of your career?
I don't necessarily think it's the hardest test of my career. Well, we'll only see that on the night, but I don't underestimate him at all. He's had a couple of decent fights. I watched the fight we fought for the vacant WBF belt against Flint, which was a decent performance, although the stoppage was a bit controversial. But overall, he's how can I say? I give him respect, because he gets into the ring at the end of the day. Each fighter that gets into the ring, I give him respect. But once you get in there, and there's no remorse, there's no respect. Once you get into the ring itself, it's a different mindset. But outside the ring, I'll give you the most props, I'll give you the most respect I can give you. But inside the ring, it's war, baby.
Must be a nice feeling as well, taking one of the highly rated fighters in the South African welterweight division and bringing him to Cape Town. It's a big win for Cape Town to have this fight taking place there.
Definitely. Not only for me, but for my club, for Western Cape as well. We've been a bit inactive, and this would shine a spotlight just a little bit more bigger on the Western Cape as well.
All right, and obviously Lybon is a big punch. I want to quickly bring in something real quickly here, which is the ratings, at least on BoxRec, for the South African welterweight division, and I see your name is sitting there at number 8, and Lybon's at number 6. So it's also a good rating fight for you as well. Get a win over Lybon, and you sort of shoot up those ratings.
Correct. I have been noticing. Sorry.
No, do you see that as a motivation, or is it just another fight to you?
I don't really see it as a motivation, because I think that the road that I'm on, it's been good so far, and Lybon is just another test. And I feel that once I do get past this test, which I definitely will do, then I'm destined to go up even further. Because it's not only Lybon that I've been looking at. He's been someone that I wanted to fight in the past, but unfortunately, opportunities never came about. And then I was like, okay, cool. This is the perfect way to start 2023, and it will boost me in the ratings as well.
Okay, let's have a look at that list again. Is there any other names on that list that you want to fight this year? I know, being in your position, there are a couple of good matchups.
In that ratings particularly, I'm gonna jump away from that and I'm gonna go to the South African ratings. The South African ratings is Jabulani McKenzie, then it's Ntshani, and then it's Lybon. Lybon is now at the number 3. So I'm gunning for the number 1 spot.
Okay, so the first, and I believe the champion at the moment is still Tulani Mbenge, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
All right, so that's obviously a good aspirational fight because, I mean, we all know from watching that Tulani Mbenge is currently the king of the welterweight division in South Africa.
Oh, no doubt. Give him props for that, And the thing is that the division has been quiet. I mean, the last defense that they had was against Ntshani, which was 3 years ago. And no one else has been making noise. Been in the rankings. No one else has challenged him. So that gives me some insight into the welterweight division. Other guys afraid, don't want to take the risk. I mean, then boxing is about taking a risk. And it's about taking a calculated risk. As my coach, Emil Bryce, always says, if you're going to take the calculated risk, make sure it pays off at the end of the day. So, yeah.
I mean, okay, so you just mentioned your coach, your trainer, Emil Bryce as well. And it's 2 top trainers, not only 2 top boxers, but 2 top trainers that are coming up against each other because Wasim Chellan is in the corner of Lybon Ntshani. How do you see that? I mean, you're not coming up against someone that isn't going to be underprepared. You're going to come up against someone that, is fully prepared for a contest.
I think Vash there's a bit of holes in his defense, and I'm willing to exploit that defense and take it to my advantage and make sure that it works and it pays out and keep that WBF Africa title in the Western Cape. And it gives my coach a nudge as well to say, okay, you know what, we're not only going up against Lybon, but we're going up against the Gauteng team. Let me put it like that because it is always it's always a rivalry between Western Cape and Gauteng. So I guess it's one of those ones.
And obviously, to get a stoppage, would that be the icing on the cake?
Oh, that would be basically to start my Ramadan off in a very beautiful way.
When it comes to stopping boxers, is that a concern of yours, or is it just as long as I get the win on the night?
Stopping boxers is not necessarily always in the game plan because you always train hard for the X amount of rounds that you're willing to go. And I think the price table, we always enforce that, we go all the rounds. But if we can make it a quick night, then by all means, that's your bonus.
Absolute bonus right there. What is your fighting style like? For the people that have never seen you before, that will come to your fight or, watch the broadcast, how would you describe yourself?
Okay. So I'd say it's raw, it's untapped, explosive, yet very, very, very unpredictable because you might just wink and the fight might be over.
I love it. Short and sweet, just like that. A nice way of describing yourself. March 24, for all the people that want to come out and watch you fight, just a reminder to the audience of the venue. Wasim, if you could.
Sunningdale Sports Complex, and there's 8 belts on the fight, if I'm correct. 2 international fights and the provincial title at best. And yep, hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, all the people out there, tune in and obviously come into the venue and pack it out as much as possible. Come support boxing in Cape Town, and you'll see electrics and fireworks, particularly in this bout. I'm looking forward to this bout in particular. Looks like 2 big punches, 2 guys that are going to be explosive on the evening, makes for good watching. Wasim, I wanted to wish you all the best for fight night. Do you have any last messages? Do you have one for maybe Lybon?
Well, all I can say to him is, I know he's coming prepared. He better be prepared because come Friday we're gonna throw it down. We're gonna do our best, and may the best man win. God bless.
All the best. There we go. We hear Wasim Chellan on the 24th of March in Cape Town, and looking forward to the fight. It's going to be absolute fireworks, guys. Check it out online, and obviously check out the interview. And I'm going to try to get Lybon as well if I can before the time. But Wasim, all the best for the fight. Hope you do well.
Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.